Hi, today is Friday, May 6th, 2011, and today marks the beginning of my journey into weight loss surgery, specifically um, into the gastric sleeve procedure. I had my consultation today, my first and probably going to be my only consultation with a doctor or surgeon rather today with Dr. Mark Neff in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, um, and got a lot of really great information. Very helpful, very thorough team that they have there. The bariatric surgery department is affiliated with Kennedy Health System down here in South Jersey. Um, and originally I had gone in because I wasn't sure of which procedure I wanted to go through with. I had been debating between the lap band, and then as I was gathering information about the lap band, I learned about the gastric sleeve and started researching that as well. And so since Dr. Neff performs both those procedures, as well as the Roux-en-Y bypass surgery, I was able to ask him a lot of questions about the differences between the two, pros and cons between the two. And I'd say I'm not 100% decided as of today, being the first day really I'm considering to be of this process. But I am leaning more towards the gastric sleeve. And so in the several weeks to come, I'll definitely be making a decision. I have a lot that I have to do to get prepared for the approval process. Luckily, one of the nurses at his office explained to me that the insurance company that I have, which is AmeriHealth New Jersey, it's a PPO, so I don't have to get referrals and things like that, but that my insurance company actually is very good with getting this procedure or any of these weight loss surgery procedures approved and doing so quickly. So that's definitely a blessing. It definitely takes a big weight off of me because that was a huge concern that I had. So let me back up a little bit. I weighed in today at the office. I'm at the heaviest I've ever been in my entire life. I weighed in at 218.2 pounds. I'm only 4 feet and 11 inches tall, and my BMI is 44.1. So obviously, I'm a shoe-in candidate for it in terms of medical necessity. But that was a tough pill to swallow, just seeing that number and seeing the point that I've gotten to with my struggle with my weight. But I do feel a sort of a sense of hope, a sense of, perhaps it is actually possible for me to lose weight since I've failed at losing weight, all of my adult life between the Weight Watchers and LA weight loss centers and, medically supervised programs at doctor's offices and Atkins diet and Zone and the Maker's diet and South Beach diet and all the other foolishness that I've gone through that has not been successful for me. It kind of feels like this is a little bit different. Um, so here I am, day one of my weight loss surgery journey. Like I said, I'm probably leaning more towards the sleeve. Really, there's two reservations that I have. One is just the fact that it's permanent, with the band. Okay, you can unfill it, you can even have it removed. Whereas with the sleeve, this big chunk of my stomach is going to be gone forever. Unless, of course, I decide to freeze it or something and have it reattached back again. But, just the idea of the permanency of that. And then the second are complications can be a little more severe with the sleeve versus with the band, as explained to me by my doctor today. And what I've learned through the research, complications are rare. I believe it's about 1% or less. There are complications, but the biggest complication is the possibility of leakage, where the new stomach, so to speak, is stapled. And that's a little scary because if that leakage does happen, you can get infections. It can be very painful. You have to go and have another surgery. And so I know it only happens in a very small percentage of people. But nonetheless, that's a little daunting to me. So over the course of the next several weeks, I'll be making my decision. I have to make, oh my God, so many different appointments. I have to see a psychologist or some type of licensed therapist, which I have one on my job who I think that process will be pretty easy, you know, and it wouldn't be like fudging anything, but I'm not crazy, just that. I have to see a psychologist or a licensed therapist. I have to see a cardiologist, a pulmonologist, a gastroenterologist. I have to get a letter of medical necessity from my primary care physician. And they're going to require me to come in for a visit before I can get that, because I haven't seen her in maybe 6 or 7 months or so. And then probably the most frustrating thing, and from what I understand from this whole process, this really isn't that frustrating compared to what other patients have had to go through, but my insurance company is requiring me to go through 3 months of nutritional counseling or training or what have you. And for me, that's a little annoying just because I'm a school teacher and it's May and I'll be getting out of school in a month, and I was really hoping that I could have the surgery perhaps at the beginning of the summer and then be able to recover and get used to my new life and everything and eating and lifestyles and all that thing by the end of the summer before I go back to work. But it's still going to be doable. With talking to the nurse, talking with the doctor, what I'll probably do is schedule one session this month, which will be May, schedule another session at the beginning of June, and my third session for the beginning of July, so that by the end of July, I'd be ready to have the surgery. But all in all, in terms of insurance, I don't have a problem just yet. Now, again, doesn't mean I'm approved, but that's kind of doing all my homework to kind of present this to my insurance company in hopes of approval. But I feel encouraged because, like I said, the nurse said that my insurance company is very, very good with approvals. So as things continue, I will continue to, or as things progress rather, I'll continue to post some videos to let people know about what I'm going through with my surgery. Certainly, as anybody who's even watching this, you've been watching tons and tons of videos of other people. You've been reading tons of websites. You've been on blogs. You've been on forums getting information, which is all really, really good, and it's necessary. You want to be as informed as possible. I still am going to continue to do research until I make that final decision between which procedure I'm going to get. But I'll definitely keep posting, and if anybody has any questions, if anybody has my insurance and you're curious about, how that works, I have no problem answering those questions and being as much of a help as I can. So until next time, good luck to you and be well.